So Dakota, I can't remember, because I know we talked about before, you considering Hawaii, not considering Hawaii, what was your situation?
They didn't offer me a scholarship from the start. I was in contact with them and stuff, and they were a team that I always looked up to from childhood because they were the home team, and that's the only team we really had on the island that was big, like the Cole Brandon era and all that. So they were a team, but I never had the offer from them, the scholarship.
Do you kind of go into the game a little bit with a chip on your shoulder because of that?
No, I'm glad that I'm here at San Diego State. I'm happy to be here, and I made the right decision to come in here. And even if I had the offer, I would have picked San Diego State no matter what.
Dakota, Rocky talked about the history of Hawaii football and success they had with Tommy and then June Jones and a lack of success since. Are you surprised it's been so hard out there?
They've had some rough years, and they have had success. Back with the June Jones era and all that, and that was kind of the memories I have from watching UH football. But I'm happy for them. They're doing good now, and with their new coach and all that, they're kind of finding some success now.
They really do. People of the islands, they really do follow. Like when guys leave the program and leave the island, I mean, they really do follow them passionately, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think mainly because there's no pro teams out there. All you have is high school football and college football. So when you're in high school and you're kind of a big name out there, guys are going to follow you like you're a college player, and the college players are treated like pro players. So there's a big following for all the athletes who come out of Hawaii.
Christian, can you talk about Pumphrey? The stuff you see him do on the field, the stuff you see him do on video.
Yeah, he's a beast. I'm just glad he's on my team. He does a lot for us. When I only have to throw for 14 yards and they can rush for 400 yards out there, I mean, it makes my job pretty easy. And then you got to give credit to the line too. They're playing amazing right now. They're opening up some big holes for Pumphrey, and Pumphrey just makes big plays from him. Makes a guy miss in the open field and then takes it to the house.
What surprised you most about DJ's game?
Just how he can make a guy miss in the hole. It's one-on-one, you and somebody else right in the hole, and he can make that guy miss and break it for another 5 yards. And he's tough. He'll go head-to-head with some of these DBs, and he doesn't care how much he weighs. He'll put it on you.
Christian, can you talk about, DJ coming in as a freshman, redshirt freshman at the end of last season in the bowl game and seeing what this guy can do? What was kind of your first impression of seeing him in a game playing with him?
I've watched DJ play before I came here and stuff like that, and I knew the good player he was, and then coming here and actually seeing it when you're handing off the ball and seeing him go 80 yards for a touchdown, it's just wow, he's something special out there, and he's a great weapon we have, and he's a great contributor for the team.
Talked earlier in the year about having a little more freedom to change plays at the line of scrimmage. Are you having to change running plays right now, or is Jeff Horton just calling a perfect game, A? And B, how much do you want to change a couple of these running plays to passing plays just because it gets boring handing off all the time?
It's not, I wouldn't say boring, but, I want to throw a little bit. But, yeah, I've been actually changing the play a little bit. I remember Utah State, I had to change a couple because they were bringing some stuff. I'm only really changing run plays here and there. Nothing really from run to pass yet. And, I changed run games 6 to 7 times a game, depending on what they're giving us.
You're just changing to a different running play, right?
Yeah, different run play, different blocking scheme, given what front they give us, what kind of blitz they're giving us, like a corner blitz or something that they would give us from backside. I'd change it to a zone, to a power, to something like that.
When you think about quarterbacks wanting to really pass and get a bunch of passing stats, but how much do you get out of being able to recognize things and change into a good running play? It still must be rewarding in its own, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something people don't see, they don't know about, but I take pride in it. I got to kind of lead the offense, put us in the right play call for us to be able to make these plays. And, yeah, it's something big I look at for film, watching what they're going to give us, certain fronts, certain blitzes they'll give us, try to get DJ into a good play so we can make big plays.
So you thought about changing a couple of running plays to passing plays, you just haven't quite had the nerve to do it yet?
Yeah, I joke around with Coach, hey, Coach, I'm gonna change it to an all-go play, and I'm just gonna throw it up one time, and he messes with me a little bit, but yeah.
Come on, do it.
One time.
Hey, make Pumphrey pass it to you.
Yeah, we tried that little halfback pass with him, and I said, "Hey, Pump, you should have threw it back to me. I could have scored on that one because nobody was covering me."
Did you give him a hard time about the actual throw? I know everyone's kind of kidding around with him a little bit, but it did look like you have to worry about your job too much.
Yeah, prior to that play, he actually said, "Hey, I'm gonna show you how to throw the ball," and then he threw that, and I was like, "Oh, Pump, he could have." Yeah, he was a little work. I told him I'll train him on the weekends.
Did you guys watch, as an offense, the film together this week, and Pumphrey gets hit what looked like out of bounds, and then the very next time he gets a chance, he pops the corner without going out of bounds. Did you guys watch that all, and did it draw a big reaction?
We watch film in like individual groups, and yeah, we saw that and other plays that Pump has done. Seeing stuff like that's just like, wow, like he's a competitor. I mean, he'll take this big hit prior, and then the next play go back and bust 50 yards on you. It's just amazing to watch on film the next day. Stuff you don't even see in the game, you see him do on film, and it's just every week it's just you're impressed.
Yeah. It's got to fire you guys up that this guy who could be protecting himself, because obviously he's draftable and all that he's pretty much just all out.
Oh yeah, he gives 100% every game. He doesn't hold anything back, and I don't think he ever will when he's on the field. And I feel like if you play kind of safety and kind of back off a little bit, then you can get hurt or something like that. But Pump's not like that at all. He's a baller. He'll give it 100% every time, and he'll put it to you.
Dakota, I'm curious, after the first drive, Utah State went right down the field and scored, and that hadn't happened to this team in a long, long time. Was anything said? I don't recall Rocky coming over and getting in everybody's face and saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. But you guys obviously made some changes or alterate because you stuffed them for a long, long time after that.
It was a slow start for us. I think we didn't come out ready to our full potential, but we knew it had to be done once we got back to the sideline. Coaches kind of coached us up a little bit, told us what to do, and we didn't want to let them score again, and that was our mindset through the rest of the game. It was just being fundamentally sound and everyone doing their responsibilities so they can't get in the end zone again.
But is this coaching staff a rah-rah type of coaching staff, or did they get into you a little bit after a drive like that, or are they more just, hey, calm down and here's some X's and O's and things?
Definitely voices are raised, but there's coaching us at the same time, wanting us to know our assignment and make plays as well as do good on the defensive side.
Cody, you covering kickoffs much now?
I'm not on kickoff return. I'm only on the punt team. Yeah.
Isn't that how you got hurt last year, though?
Oh yeah, and kickoff return is how I hurt my knee.
Against Hawaii?
Yeah, it was in Hawaii, against Hawaii.
What goes through your mind when you think about now you're a year out from that, and what's the ups and downs that you went through over the last year?
It was a tough, year through that whole injury and all that, but I'm over. I haven't even thought about it. I know the year's coming up on, I think, the 18th, but I'm just happy and blessed to be able to be back and healthy and keep playing the game I love.
You mentioned people on the island follow, the island players. And how about yourself? As you've left the island, since you didn't really play college there, do you still get that kind of follow-on and recognition from?
Oh yeah, anytime I go back home, I'll run into people from the islands that, people I don't even know, and they'll be, oh, you're Dakota Turner. It's kind of nice, having that following of people who are just so proud of people who come from the island to represent the island and the people of Hawaii. And I think that's what's real special about the Hawaii people is that everyone's real close and they care about everyone who leaves the island.
Is that a little something extra then for this game, homecoming against Hawaii, that sort of thing?
It's another game. I'm going to approach it as any other game, and it is special. There's some old teammates on the other sideline and people I know from back home, and I'll talk to them after the game and all that, and say how I take pictures. But right now, I'm just approaching it as any other game.
Christian Rocky talked about that John Barron's performance was as good as anyone's out there the other night because of the conditions, in particular, and what he made. What does it speak to him that he was able to perform like that, and what have you seen from him just being around him?
I'm really good friends with John, and he's just a clutch kicker. I mean, he doesn't care, like, if it's raining, windy, or whatnot. He'll go out there and just kick. And we've seen him practice. He's made some long field goals, and he just continues to be a good kicker. You know, he's just kicking well in practice, and I haven't seen him miss in practice in a really long time. He's been kicking well, and yeah, I mean, it shows in the game.
How did you guys become closer friends?
We came in at the same time. We lived in the dorms together, and just been friends ever since. You know, hanging out and going to the beach and stuff on our breaks. And he's just one of my good friends, and he's just doing great, and I'm happy for him.
What makes him good at what he does?
He's just consistent. You know, he's consistently shown that he can kick at a high level in these certain conditions we have and the time we need him. And he's made these big field goals even before halftime, some of those. And yeah, it's just showing how he's consistently just been kicking well.
What do you see in him personality-wise that makes him good?
He's just confident. He doesn't go up there thinking like, oh, this is gonna be a tough field. He just got up there like, I can make this. I've done it 100 times in practice. I've continuously done this, and he's just really confident. He just goes out there and does it.
So you don't see a lot of nerves from him?
No, he doesn't show. He's got ice in his veins. I actually told him that this morning.
Dakota, this defense is doing right now what it did last year when he got on a 10-game roll with all the wins. What makes this defense great? Is it just the physicality, the athleticism, complexity of what you're showing the quarterbacks? What's allowed this? You guys have won 17 of 18 games now. What allows us to excel?
I think it's a mix of everything you said, as well as just guys being relentless, hustling to the ball, everyone doing their assignment to their full potential, and everyone's just swarming to the ball, trying to make a play, and that's how plays are made. It's just everyone's giving their full. We trust everyone on the field, all guys out there. We all know everyone's going to give their all, and that's why we're having so much success.
Dakota, coming from Hawaii, if there is, what's the difference between football on the islands and then coming to the main 48 states and seeing how football is played here? There is a difference.
Yeah, football is really big in Hawaii. I guess it would be kind of how football is in the South, Texas and Florida or whatnot. It's just, it's kind of, everyone sees it as a way you can leave the island and, be like guys like Marcus Mariota, Manti Te'o, and, have a way you can earn an education at the same time of playing a sport that we've been playing since, we're childhood.
How much did you miss it when you first came here? What's the lifestyle?
The first year was kind of tough for me, but this is the closest place you could get to Hawaii. You got the palm trees, beaches, nice weather. I love it out here, and I'm happy I'm out here. And it's nice to go home once in a while, but I'm happy here in San Diego.
Would you have considered a cold weather school?
No, I got to be by the beach and on the West Coast for sure.
No beaches in North Dakota?